Hi everybody, this is Ashley Quinones, and for our video for this presentation, I know it didn't have to be us doing a video. It could have been a researcher talking about their theory or explaining how their research was done, but I wanted to do a video of myself talking about the implications of this study. So as you can see, I am in my Army uniform. I am active duty. I am a captain active duty in the Army. My husband is in the Army Reserves and he works for the Department of the Army as a civilian. Both of my parents were in the Navy. I have a cousin that was in the Air Force. I have two cousins that were in the Marines. One of my grandfathers retired from the Navy. One of my great-grandfathers was in the Army in World War II. My husband's family his brother is in the Air Force, and his father retired from the Army. His grandfather was in the Army. So as you can see, for many families, the military is a family business. So the implications of childhood trauma and PTSD, right? Like why does that matter? We know that about 1% of the United States population serves in the military. So you would think, okay, that's 1% of the population. We don't really need to worry about such a small population. If they have PTSD, that's not a huge issue. However, there are statistics that say people in the Army, if you have a parent that was in the Army, your children are about 29% of people who have parents that were in the service. In the Navy, that number is 29% as well. In the Marines, it's 22% that have a parent that served. And then the Air Force, it's 35% that have a parent that was served. However, if you just talk broadly, if you ask the recruits, do you have a family member at all who was in the service? Those numbers jump exponentially. So for the Army, 79% of the people serving have somebody in their family that served. In the Navy, it's 82%. In the Marines, it's 77%. And in the Air Force, it's 86%. So the issue here is that while only about 1% of our population serves, this population is coming generally from the same families. So we are seeing service members coming from the same families. And if we have these families that are stricken with PTSD and possible childhood trauma, what we can see is a cycle that repeats itself. So the implications are, if we do not break this cycle, we're going to repeat it. So breaking this cycle is extremely important. And the way we break this cycle is learning about it and understanding where these implications come from and where these things come from. So it is extremely important to my family and my husband's family and all other families that serve that we learn from what our pasts are. And also we learn from other people's past so that we can help our service members in the future get better from PTSD and possibly prevent PTSD. So I just wanted to bring a human element to this topic so that everybody can kind of understand why this is important. Thanks.